All right, okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Oyin Bamgbose from Infinity, and I have three loves in life. My first love is science fiction blockbuster films. Who in the crowd, who in the audience has seen Dune Part 2? Ah, what a great film, isn't it, right? I just love that scene where Fade Rother is just tearing up the Harkonnen arena. Amazing film. But I can see not everyone is into sci-fi blockbuster films, right? So if you're not into sci-fi blockbuster films, perhaps we see eye to eye on my second love, and that's DIY, right? Now, I'm not very great at it, but I'm an enthusiastic trier. I just love that feeling you get when you put your flat pack furniture together and, just instant gratification. So anyone else love DIY in the house? Who's with me on this one? DIY? Okay, fantastic. I love that. A few people. I've got a bit of advice for you, though. Make sure you build your flat pack furniture in the room that you want it to live in, right? You don't want to be me at 2 a.m. trying to fit your stand-up desk through the door. Story for another day. But look, if DIY isn't really your thing, or science fiction blockbusters aren't your thing, I bet we all see eye to eye on my third love, and that's winning. I love to win. Whether that's winning on a personal level or helping others win, I just love to win. So, any winners in the house? Yeah, of course, fantastic. And look, that's exactly why I'm excited to be here today to talk to you guys, because I get to spend the next 20 minutes immersed in all three of my loves, right? I'm going to show you how to do something that was pretty much a marketer's sci-fi fantasy only a few years ago. I'm going to show you how to build your very own AI-powered campaign optimization machine. A machine that's going to help you mop up in your market, a machine that's going to help you win the battle for attention and increase your conversion rates. And you're going to get to do all of that without breaking a sweat, right? I can see it on your faces. It sounds a little bit too good to be true, doesn't it? And I'd be skeptical, especially when I show you these results, right? They just scream too good to be true. But here's my question for you guys. Who wants to know how this is done? Who wants to know how you get results like these? Yeah? Okay, let's start right at the beginning. Now, what do we know about AI tools? AI has completely transformed the way in which we go to market, right? New technology is transforming how we engage with customers, how we optimize campaigns, and how we analyze results far beyond any of us could do on our own, right? These AI tools are so powerful now. They help us plan campaigns at scale, right? They help us pinpoint exactly where to place ads and even produce creative and ad copy as well. And like our man, Chris, at Microsoft Advertising says, when you know how to leverage these tools, you can get them just banging out, just top-notch results insanely quickly, right? But the key thing is, AI tools are there to help us do more, yes. But they're really about helping us do more, better, and faster. So let's look at some results of that. Let's look at some examples. Gartner ran a study with 821 businesses measuring the impact of AI, of generative AI on productivity. And they found that these tools boosted productivity by about 24%. Who wouldn't want a quarter of their time back, right? Meta even gathered data from its user base, and they found that AI targeting has a 32% better return on ad spend than the old-fashioned way of doing things. And then Salesforce, users of Salesforce's Einstein predictive analytics solution, they've seen a 52% increase in lead conversion rates. Simply by just helping them predict which leads are most likely to convert so that they can prioritize accordingly. These are great and impressive results, aren't they? But, and I know you know there's a but, I know you knew this was coming, not every marketer is getting results like these, like the ones I had on screen before. Not everyone's getting results like these. So I'd like to get a feel in the room. Hands up if you're happy with the results you're getting from your AI-powered bidding tools. Just show of hands if you're happy with the results you're getting. Okay. Hand up if you're not happy and you think you can improve and you can get better. Interesting. Okay, now, so for those of you in the room, no one had their hand up for happy, but like we had more people have their hand up for unhappy. And again, look, it speaks to the Salesforce survey. This survey demonstrates that 31% of marketers are concerned with the results that they're getting from their AI-powered bidding tools, right? That's 1 in 3 of us. And based on the little survey we've just done right now, it might actually be 2 in 3 of us, who knows? But here's the thing. AI holds an incredible amount of opportunity. We know that, right? But if you want to unlock it, there's one thing you need to remember. And that is AI is only as good as the data that it's fed. Garbage in, garbage out, right? And as marketers, it's our job to ensure that we are feeding these tools with the data that it needs to drive the results that we want. So let's take a very familiar example using ChatGPT, right? Even when we ask it to do the most simple of tasks, like write us some promotional copy, the quality of the output is 100% dependent on the data that we give it, right? So when you look at this example, let's just imagine we're marketing a family holiday for a beachfront resort that has award-winning kids club for the 2.5 children that our target audience will be bringing with them, right? Complete with a fully stocked bar, and it's got like a spa treatment that the parents can use when the kids are asleep. Marketer A used this prompt, and that's the result that they got, right? Whereas marketer B provided a little bit more context and used this prompt, and that's the result that they got. There's a clear difference, right? A clear difference. To get the best data out of our AI tools, we need to feed them quality data and help them understand the outcome that we are trying to achieve, right? That's very important. And if thin data is actually stopping AI or preventing AI from doing a good job when we ask it to do the simplest of tasks, imagine if we're feeding our AI-powered bidding tools with thin data as well. Our conversion rates, our cost per lead is not going to go in the right direction. So coming back to our aim, remember the aim. We want to drive more quality leads for less work. So how can we feed these AI tools with all of the relevant data without manually uploading CSVs? How can we do that? If we want AI to help us nail our campaign optimization, and we want it to help us pull in more quality leads into our pipelines cost effectively, we have to do some signposting. It's our job to quantify what a high-value conversion looks like. We have to tell it that, so that the AI in your bidding tools can leverage that insight to produce more. And that's the name of the game, right? We don't want to just optimize for clicks. You know, those are vanity metrics. So if the conversion tracking data that you're currently using isn't up to par, right, you're probably inevitably going to see lackluster results. So we need to be feeding our AI tools with the right data set. Now, this is where my love of DIY comes in, okay? I'm going to teach you exactly how to build that feedback loop that will help you automate that entire process. It's super simple, it's super worthwhile. So let's take a look at exactly what you need to do to make it work. First thing to know is this. Bid management tools use machine learning algorithms, right, to refine your bidding tactics, to make the right calls. And all of these algorithms, they rely on a substantial amount of data. So as I said earlier, if you're not feeding it with the right data, they're unable to learn, they're unable to adapt, which means they might end up actually making the wrong decision sometimes. In order for them to perform at their best, you need to give them the complete data set. And that includes offline conversions like phone calls as well. You have to include that in your data. So if you're not already tracking your phone call offline conversions, if you're not already tracking those phone calls and matching them back to the marketing source that generate them, you need to fill in that attribution blind spot. Because phone calls, they signal high intent. Think about this. When's the last time you made a phone call to a business, right? I bet you don't call businesses often. right? But what you would have done is you'd have done a lot of research online, and by the time you pick up the phone, right, you have some serious questions you want to get answered. You're looking to purchase that product, or you're looking to inquire about that service. And that's why phone calls signal high intent. And again, don't take my word for it. BIA Kelsey did some research on this, and what they found was that phone calls generate 10 to 15 times more revenue than web leads. And 84% of marketers, they did a recent study, and they found that phone calls are having a higher conversion rate and higher average order values than other forms of engagement. So by paying attention to these high-value conversions and feeding your bidding tools with this data, right, you can achieve some really good results. Blue Bay Travel, one of our customers, they achieved a 174% year-on-year uplift in PPC bookings and a 32% reduction in cost per booking. Phone call data, it's pure gold, right? So that's step one. Step one is plug that attribution blind spot. The next thing you need to do, step two, is you've got to get even more focused, okay? So throw in all of the micro-conversion data that you do today, right? So downloads, landing page visits, newsletter sign-ups, etc. All of that data is good, especially if you don't get a lot of conversions on a weekly basis. Micro-conversion data is great, so keep doing that. But if we want to drive revenue, remember, we're not just trying to drive clicks. If we want to drive revenue, we have to segment that data and prioritize it accordingly. We need to demonstrate what a valuable conversion looks like for these tools. And this is where we can get very clever with AI. At Infinity, one of our nifty tools is called Conversation Analytics. So Conversation Analytics automatically analyzes every call, transcribes the call, and then categorizes the call at scale. So basically demonstrating and showing you the calls that have the intent and the outcome that you all care about, right? So it effectively builds up that data set for you. And the CA data is very simple to collate, and it's very easy to feed that to your bidding tools as well. So, and because you'd have already done that first step of filling that attribution blind spot by tracking your calls, then demonstrating and categorizing those calls at scale is your second step. Show these tools, what do you want to track from those calls? What is interesting to you? Here's an example. Say you're a dealership and someone rings up to book a test drive. That might be a phone call that you want to drive more of. If you're a holiday company, you work for a travel business, someone rings up to book a holiday, again, that might be a conversion that you're interested in, and the list goes on. And that's your second step. Your third step, now as if all of that wasn't clever enough, your third step is Conversation Analytics can integrate with over 45 marketing tools, which means you don't even need to send the conversion data manually. It does it for you. Simple. And that's me keeping my promise of showing you exactly how to do this pretty easily. A promise is a promise, right? So remember this. Step 1, 2, and 3, and there you have it. Just follow those steps, and you've built yourself an AI-powered feedback loop that will help you maximize your return on ad spend. Now, if all of that sounds great, if it sounds too good to be true, well, hopefully I've been able to demonstrate that it isn't too good to be true. But look, what if I told you that there's more? What if I said building the feedback loop is you just scratching the surface? Here's what I mean. You see, when it comes to phone call data maturity, building the feedback loop actually only gets you to level 3. There's still 2 more levels beyond that. And what are those 2 levels? Look, in the interest of time, I won't get into the detail. We can discuss it at a later date, and I'll show you exactly where to find us. But look, here's a teaser. Imagine you've done that hard work of building the feedback loop. So you've taken those 3 steps I just told you about, and you've built your feedback loop, and you're starting to generate high-quality leads for your contact center. You've got to that point. Well, let's just say the contact center team aren't converting those leads as well as you would want. How can you help them? How about providing them with real-time insight of what that customer is calling about. Show them in real time, literally a pop-up screen that shows what that person has been doing on the website prior to calling. How about take it one step further? Route the call intelligently based on what they've been doing on the website. So if you have specialists in your contact center for some of the products or services that you have on offer, if they're already looking at that on the website and they make a phone call into your business, how about we route the call intelligently to said expert? That's the sort of stuff that you can do. Now, I can still see it in your faces. There's a little bit of, you still think it's too good to be true. And that's fine, because you're not alone. Here's the worst kept secret. You're not alone. Every single logo that you see on screen here and the 2,000 other clients that we have at Infinity, they all felt the same way. They all thought, nah, too good to be true. But they took that leap of faith, and they're generating massive results. So, look, I can talk about this stuff all day. I'm out of time. But let me leave you with this. It's hard work being a marketer. It goes without saying, it's hard work being a marketer. Every day, you're being asked to do more. That's the name of the game, right? Do more. So I hope what we've been able to go through today demonstrates how we can help you do more for much less work. If you want to learn more, if you'd like to see a live demo even, come and join me and my colleagues at 3 p.m. at the Good Hotel. Scan the QR code on there. We'd love to have a conversation with you guys. So thank you all for listening, and good luck. Thank you very much.